Hey everyone, welcome to another video of the Spider series on strategies on how to beat the Spider Dungeon. So as you guys know, the Spider Dungeon gives the rings, amulets, and banner. Those are very important in gearing up your champions. So the Spider is difficult for many of you out there, but also it was for me in the beginning until I knew how the whole thing worked and which champions really are the key to beating the dungeon. Of course, there's many champions out there. I covered all the AoE HP burn champions in the previous one and how that strategy works for Spider. But in this one, guys, I'm going to be covering on how to beat the Spider 20 by using Paragon. So Paragon is a void champion and you probably got him recently through just summoning champions during that void 2x, you know, getting unlucky, not getting an epic, not getting a legendary, but getting those rares. You probably got one Paragon or maybe a Renegade. So I've got a Paragon ready for you guys to see, and we're gonna gear him very quickly. So how Paragon works, guys, he has an A2 that's called damage control, places an unkillable buff and a 25% increased attack buff on the target ally for 2 turns. That target ally does not have to be a target other than Paragon, so you can actually target yourself as Paragon. So what you do, guys, is you use 2 books to get his A2 to max. So I'm gonna use 2 books to hopefully get his A2 to max. See, we got unlucky there. Let me use another 2 books. Are we gonna get lucky here? The A2? No, we got it on the A3. So you see, you also have to get lucky with the books, but it's still gonna do it's still gonna require at least 2 books, and the maximum of just booking everything. From what it seems, I'll have to book everything until I get the A2. So my god, come on. Okay, I actually had to book everything. So this is like a bad example of getting RNG luck. This is like the worst case scenario of having to use so many books to max him out. So he needs 4 plus 2, 6, and then plus 4, 10 books, 10 rare books, that is, on the maximum, and 2 books on the minimum. But he is going to be your key to not only the Spider dungeon, but also other dungeons as well. So damage control, I'll show you how this works. So he's totally maxed out in terms of his skills, and then I'll show you how to max out his potential in the Spider. So what you do, guys, is very carefully you find speed boots. These can be plus 40, so level 16 5 stars, or just plus 45, so 6 stars. Probably you don't have 6 stars in your arsenal just yet. You can use any set you want. It doesn't matter. The set does not matter. It's not going to benefit him more. You can use probably a frost set on your Paragon because he will be getting hit a lot. So I'm just going to showcase him without any other than just, you know, plus 40 speed on the boots. So currently he's at 136, so we need 14 more speed. So this is going to be very specific. I'm going to go for a weapon now. So weapon, why I'm going for a weapon with speed? The reason is a helmet gives him HP. A chest will probably give him HP if it has HP primary or HP percentage primary, and the shield will just give him more defense. I just want him to be as squishy as possible. Of course, defense does not really matter for what we're trying to do. Okay, so plus 13 there. So I got a bit lucky there, plus 13. 149, guys, we're trying to get over 150 speed. So the next one is just gonna be Trigger Raid gloves are gonna be fine. He works fine with these. So 155 speed, that's a bit too much. I just want him to be 151, and you're gonna see why. He is how I want him. As low as possible HP, so 3000 health. Defense at 336 and speed at 155. Of course, his health and defense will go up as you farm the Spider dungeons with Paragon. The more you farm them, the higher level he's gonna get. He's gonna reach maximum level 30. You do not need to get him to 4 stars, to 5 stars, or 6 stars. You do not need any masteries. Those are not gonna benefit him at all. What you will need is just that over 150 speed and get as minimum health or defense as possible. So try and avoid the helmet because helmet has a primary with HP. Try and avoid chest because those can be HP or HP percentage, and the shield will give him more defense. Of course, that won't really matter, but also shields usually have HP substats. They do not have attack percentage rolls. So if you can get a shield without those, then it can still work as well. So this is the gear I have on him. I'm gonna go in Spider and show you how this works. So Spider 20, of course, is what I'm gonna showcase first, but I'm also gonna showcase the previous levels after this, just so you understand how this works in the previous ones as well. So Spider 20. So what you're gonna need next in using a Paragon in the Spider, Paragon will be your tank, and you'll see how he will be the tank in the Spider. So he's gonna be the tank, and then you can use whatever you want. Ideally, you want to use champions that give turn meter reduction, because you don't want that spider to take turns. If the spider does take turns, she will just keep damaging your team. So next up, we're going to be just placing champions that have a turn meter reduction. Of course, you guys know that Cold Heart is the best one for this one. So I'm going to showcase a variety of turn meter reduction champions here. Of course, you're not going to go in with all of these. You can use whatever, but ideally you'd have at least one or two of those. So a Cold Heart, Tyrell, an Armiger, of course, these are all going to do the same thing to the spider. So let's go in, and you're going to see how the Paragon works, and then how the team helps take down the spider. So this is on manual, so take that into consideration before you say anything. This is on manual, and the reason is you're going to see why. So just go in with my team, do my usual stuff. So Paragon will place his A2 on himself. See that damage protection? All the spiderlings will start attacking Paragon. This is very important, guys. If you already have Paragon, you need to have your whole team to be at least 3 times his health. Of course, I just have a just brand new Paragon in my team, so he has like 2,000 health. Of course, everyone else has way more health than him. So my team is just gonna go like this, and then just continue and do what we know with the spider. Use our skill. You see all the spiderlings are attacking Paragon without a fault. There's no way around this. So they will be targeting Paragon because he has that unkillable on him, and the turns are just gonna go with him getting attacked all the time. So now it's when his A2 will refresh, and he will be able to apply it on himself again, so he will stay alive forever, basically, until I decide not to place the buff, or if I click the auto button. I'm gonna show you what happens if I click the auto button. So now I refreshed the buff on himself, so I'll press the auto button just so you guys see what happens if you leave this on auto. If you leave this on auto, guys, Paragon will not place the buff again on himself. So unless you have a team that can take down the spider before Paragon places the buff again on someone, then your team will probably die. So you're gonna see now that Paragon will put the buff again, but he won't place it on himself. So he won't be the tank anymore. So basically just losing the fight. Of course, here I've got 4 turn meter reduction champions. See, he removed the buff, and now all the spiderlings are going crazy on my whole team, and this run will fail because I do not have that protection anymore. My targets will die, my allies will die, and they get targeted by the spiderlings. They do not care about Tyrell. Tyrell is the tankiest one, of course, I think, and that's why this run failed. So I'll show you how a team can use Paragon instead. If you want to do this on, let's say, auto, then you can use Paragon in the lead, because that's the only way Paragon applies that A2 on himself. You place Paragon in the lead, then you place your high damage dealing champions, and you'll need a way for either a defense down, let's say Tyrell, or let's say Stagnite. Where is Stagnite? So I'll place Stagnite in there, and then a Royal Guard, let's say, for an extreme damage team. So this team will be able to take down the spider, probably. We'll see. So it's 2 very high damage dealing champions, and then also Royal Guard, who also damage deals on AoE basis. So you're gonna see Paragon apply the shield on himself. This is on total auto. So the first time it works. The first time he does apply it on himself, and you'll be able to target the spider just normally. See, now I just need to get a bit lucky, and I'll be able to take down the spider. So I only took it down on that much because I had a defense down. The problem is that my team has not refreshed the cooldowns just yet. You see this is on auto, but now Paragon will refresh his A2 and he won't place it on himself. He'll place it on someone else. And that's when the whole thing is going to go crazy. You'll need very high damage teams if you want to do this with just Paragon, a defense down, and then of course the Cold Heart and the Royal Guard. So Spider is very close to just taking a turn, and that's gonna be an issue. See, my Cold Heart takes a turn. Nope. There we go. Royal Guard takes a turn, and we finish off the Spider. But this is very RNG. As you see, Paragon got 4 levels out of that, so his health will go up, but not that much. So don't worry too much about it. So we covered Spider 20. I'm gonna show you another easier way, which is by using Renegade. So I have videos of this, of course, before. So you use one Renegade here instead. So Renegade needs to be half of Cold Heart speed. So if your Cold Heart is at 200 speed, Renegade needs to be at 100. So this is gonna be the team by using Renegade to go with Paragon and to use only 2 damage dealers, neither Renegade, Cold Heart or Royal Guard. So we just go in there. Paragon will do what Paragon always does, so he tanks. And now we will get a refresh on our cooldowns once Cold Heart goes. That will mean it's going to be Renegade's turn. So what you need, guys, is at least 151 speed on Paragon. The reason is because the Spiralings are 150 speed. So 151 will give your team an advantage over going first over the Spiralings. And if they're 191, they're going to take 2 turns before the big spider without any turn meter manipulation. So you're going to see here, hopefully, takedown from Royal Guard. And then ideally, there'll be an A3 from my Cold Heart to finish this off. So you should see it anytime now. There we go. So 50 seconds, we take down the team with just 2 damage dealers, a defense down, Renegade and Paragon. Of course, the damage dealers I have are very endgame build, but this team is going to work on auto for Spider 20. And if you're having issues in reaching Spider 20, guys, I'm going to show you how Paragon can be used in the previous levels. So let's say you're stuck at level 15. You need to pass level 15. Of course, you can still use the same team as this and still go on auto. So let's see if this team works still on auto at level 15. Of course, level 15, my Royal Guard will be weak affinity, which is might be a problem, but because of how low my my Paragon's health is, Paragon will still be targeted by the small spiders. So you're gonna see that the speeds work the same. Royal Guard worked the same, although he's weak affinity. We got lucky there with the hit. So the Heart Seeker there, refreshing all cooldowns, and then Paragon, of course, cannot apply it when it's on auto on himself again. So you're not going to cheese it. And then we should be able to just clear it with our usual skills before the big spider even takes a turn. So there we go. So this is how you clear it with these champions. Of course, if you're having issues after Spider 15, what you're going to do? My recommendation is always to just do not try to do this on, do not just go in Spider 16 and try and do this on auto. It's going to take you 1,000,000 energy, for example, and it might not even succeed with that because you might not have these champions. You might have whatever else you have available. So you might have these 4 champions, let's say, or whatever other 4 champions you have available. So let's say you have these 4 champions, these epics, or whatever other epics without any turn meter reduction. What you can use, guys, is you probably need a healer in there. So Apothecary is always a very good choice since he is free to play. And then maybe something else with turn meter reduction, whatever works. So I'm gonna say that I have Armiger is free to play and very easy to get because you can just get it from the market. So it's not an unreasonable request to just get an Armiger to at least level 50 or level 60. And then let's say I'm gonna use Gala, so nothing crazy here. I'm just gonna showcase the idea behind going to the Spider 20. You wanna go to Spider 20 so you start building your team when you reach Spider 20. That's your ideal goal. So whatever you have up to that point does not matter, because what you're gonna do, guys, is you're gonna do this on manual. You're not gonna care about the auto mechanics of your team, because you're gonna actually play the game. So what you're gonna do is just do this damage control and then just hit the boss until it dies. So like I did on my video trying to kill Spider 20 with 4 army gears, that's what you're gonna do, guys. But you can do this from Spider 16 all the way to Spider 20 on manual. So I'm just not gonna try not let the big spider get a turn. Of course, you guys might not have the gear that I have on army gear. You're probably gonna have at least one champion with turn meter manipulation, but that's not the thing that we're trying to showcase here. So we're just gonna go and do some damage on the big spider. Slowly hitting the big spider. And you're gonna see now that we're just gonna do this, guys. Just gonna be hitting the big spider. I'm gonna do, of course, turn meter reduction there. Just use our A2 again. And you're gonna see the spider links remain on Paragon. But this has to be on manual because this will take you a long time, guys. It will take you a long time. And let's see what happens to the AI once we get hit by the big spider. Once we get hit by the big spider, we might see an AI change, and that might be an issue. So the big spider is going to take a turn anytime now. So let's let her take a turn. I could have used A1 there, but I used A2. Oh, let's apply some debuffs on there. The big spider is being persistent. There we go. See, we get some damage dealt on our team. Of course, our team is endgame geared, but let's say you had a team that was reasonably geared to take at least one hit and not be at 10% health, which is very low. So we're just gonna go in with our normal hits. And I'm gonna try and heal up our team just so we are healthy and not getting too unhealthy, so too low health. So a level 9 army gear there, level 9 Paragon there, and our army gear just does his damage. And you're gonna see that the spider links remain on Paragon. The reason is on how I basically geared Paragon. It's very specific, guys. I'm not saying you have to just find a fresh new one, but you have to at least have 3 to 3.5 times the health of Paragon. And of course, guys, if you're still having trouble, so I shouldn't have put this on auto. I pressed it by mistake, but still okay. The good thing that the spider links remained on my Paragon. So what you can do, guys, is you can, of course, control the auto, but because I have a healer in here, he's going to be trying to heal Paragon, and I do not want that. I want Paragon to remain at low health and to just try and take down the spider. As you can see, we're taking down the spider, and this is going to take a while. Of course, I'm not going to showcase the whole thing on this video. What I wanted to show you guys is that you can use this strategy to slowly go through stage 16, then slowly go through stage 17, 18, 19. It might take you 10 minutes each stage. You can do this once every day if you do not have the time. Once you go through all these stages, look at this. My best time on stage 19 is 5 minutes 26. And I've been playing for so many months because I did not want to go back in there again. Stage 19 is very hard. It's force. And usually for a new player, you're playing with mostly magic champions. So force is going to be a huge difficult stage for you. Hugely difficult stage for you. So going through that stage and then reaching Spider 20 is where you want to build your team. You're going to build your team specifically for Spider 20, and that's when you're going to farm it. Paragon is ideal, and I think he's a 10 out of 10 for Spider 20. I really hope I helped you guys in this video understand how Paragon works and how you can build a team with him to go in there and do your best and get down the spider and finish those arbiter missions. This is my attempts through this video series to get you guys to understand how to build your team specifically to beat Spider 20, and various strategies out there. So this one was the Paragon strategy. In the next video, I'm going to be covering possibly how to build your damage dealers for Spider, because those are also very specific depending on the damage dealer and depending on what you want to do with the damage dealers in other dungeons as well. So guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. This was a bit longer video than usual, but I tried to cover Paragon on many different areas of the Spider 20. So thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya, guys.